All right. Looks like I'm a minute early, but I wanted to make sure we get started on time. Looks like we got a few attendees already, so I'm just going to wait a minute and let some other people log in. But today we'll be covering the use of unlimited fields that you can store content in. This is probably something a lot of you guys did not know, but you are able to not only have unlimited documents attached to a contact record in the system, but you can also have unlimited fields that you can put content into. So if you have multiple products, multiple services, just specific, lots of specific information that you want to store on a contact record, this is the only software in existence that I know of, at least in the credit repair industry, probably in the CRM industry as well, that allows you to do this. So not only do you have unlimited fields that you can store content and attachments in, but you can also identify those fields as fields that you want to be able to pull into a template, into a email template, a document template, a text message, or even a voice SMS template that you've created, which is a new feature I'll be showing you guys today as well. I'll just kind of be introducing you to that feature that we've added. It's working wonderfully, but I am testing it. There is some upgrades we're making to it, but it works wonderful. It's fast, it's efficient, it's very cool, very useful. So I'm going to introduce you guys to that as well. Let's get started right away. That way I've got time for questions at the end. First thing I'm going to cover is just the documents and the extra fields area. So on any contact record in the system, whether in advanced view or expert view, you'll have all these tabs here. You'll have your documents tab. You notice I've got a couple of documents attached to Apple Sample here. And this area works as a dual purpose area. So you'll notice I've got a label, credit report, W-2, and then I've got a document right here attached that I can open up and view with one click. So I click on it. It asks me, do I want to view it? Okay. But I can also add and label additional fields, and instead of storing a document, I can store content that I type in or copy and paste in, whatever I want. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to add a label to this field, and let's call it client program, just for my sake. And then I'm going to give it a symbol that I'm going to use in my template, and I'm going to use the term UDF, which is user defined field. And I'm going to either use a number after I type in UDF, probably want to go the number 25 or above, or I can use words to describe this field, this merge symbol. In this case, I'm going to say Apple program. Oops. And I'm probably not going to put any spaces in, so let's just go like this. Apple program. The reason I'm doing that is this is the symbol I'm going to put into my template manager to pull the content of the field in. So I'm naming the field. You'll see it add up here, and you'll see when I click on it, it's got the entire thing there. Okay. And then I'll put my content in this field. So we'll call this my silver plan. Okay. And let's add another one. Maybe I want program pricing or program terms. Okay. And now I don't have to give it a title like this. I could just go, I could just go right here, Apple, and call it Apple terms. Typing isn't so hot today. So I could do that as well, which might be a better way to save space. You don't have this double up here. In fact, I'm gonna change that. I like that idea. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Okay, so we've got a couple of labels, and we've got some content, and I can type whatever I want in here. Oops, I got to double click on it. But I can type whatever I want in here. So I can say audit fee So see how the amount of content I can put in that field? It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So there's my program, there's my terms. Now, if I wanted to include this into some kind of email notification or text message notification through my template manager, okay, all I do is go to my template manager. Okay, I create a new template, which I have here, and I've named test UDF example. And I would just type up my email. I'd say, hey, and I can use my merge symbols that are already in the system here. Hey, Apple. So I'll put her first name in here like that. The program you chose is, and then I'll put my merge symbol in. And I'm always going to just use these numbers or these symbols. And then I'm just going to put in UDF. I think, what did we do? UDF Apple program. So let's try Apple program, I guess. And then I'll end with those brackets. Okay. And I'll go, the terms are, and we'll put that symbol in. And we'll say UDF terms. Apple terms, let's just make sure. Okay. And let's just see. Maybe I messed up the symbols. Let's just go check. I can preview my template right here. So I've got my template. Okay, I can preview what it's going to look like right here and see if it pulled that information in. It didn't. So let's go see what I did wrong. Probably didn't use the right Apple program, Apple terms. All right, so make sure I got these right. Let's see what I got. Okay, yep, I know what I did. I got to put my dash in there. And now let's test it. Okay, that one's still wrong. This one's right. See how it says the program you chose is Silver Plan. The terms are UDF Apple. Okay, so one more time, we'll go back. Make sure I got the right one. So we'll just go like this. Select it. Copy it. That way I can't screw it up. And we'll just go stick it right in here between these brackets. Just like that. All right, so now that it's in, I've got my merge symbol in there. It'll pull this data into the template like you saw. It should be identical. There you go. The program you chose is Silver Plan. The terms are audit fee $199 and monthly fee $99 for 6 months or until canceled. So all of the content that's in that field gets pulled in. It's not just one word or one number. You can literally pull whatever information that you're storing on that client's record in that field right into a template. Now, this template doesn't have to be an email. This template can be a document. Okay, this template can be a text message or a voice SMS, which I'm going to show you next. Let's go back to the content, to the client record here. There's all the content I added, right? And you're gonna look at this and go, what's the benefit of doing that versus typing it? Well, if I've got this field in here and I've got these terms in here, and for some reason I want to change them, maybe the client calls you back, or maybe you guys change the terms and you want to change them here and resend them to the client. You don't have to go create a whole new email, type it all up. You literally have a template that's ready to go. You're just changing the symbol. Or if the symbol's already in there, you're just changing the content in that field, and it's going to automatically change. So it's kind of a cool feature. And again, this is unlimited. As I continue to add fields, this will just keep getting down. You'll see you've got a scroll bar here, so you can scroll down and have unlimited attachments, unlimited content or content fields that you pull into your template manager. Okay, very useful. I've got a lot of companies that use this that have quite a bit of information stored here that get a lot of use out of this, and I use it myself for stuff in our company as well. And the nice part about this is this doesn't have to just be used for clients. This can be used for internal employees. I store all my 1099 contracts, all the terms of any agreements I have with my employees or my 1099 contractors if I've got those. I store vendor agreements, vendor pricing, and so on in the system. Any proposals that I'm sending out to my clients or affiliates, I store that information in here, and that way anytime I want to, if that person needs that information, I can quickly slap together a template, or I can go use an existing template, just go identify what content in here on that guy wants or that contact wants or that I want to send them, and just put these fields into that template real quick. The verbiage is already there. I just fill in the blanks with these labels, and the content is pulled in. I send out the template. I've saved myself a bunch of time and provided accurate, personalized information in that document, email, or text message. So super cool feature that I think is underutilized. I wanted to introduce that to you guys and just kind of show you the power of this system. You know, it's literally unlimited. It's the only system that is truly unlimited in what you can do. Another use for this is you can have text message templates, right? So in your workflow manager, if you guys are using this, and I've done some trainings on it, so hopefully you guys are starting to experiment with it. In your workflow, we'll go in here, you can have text messages, okay? You can have, so let's add a new step to this test that we got here. We'll add a new step. Very easy to do. Here's my new step. I'll give it a description later. I can use text message or SMS voice. Okay, SMS voice is a new feature I'm going to introduce to you guys in a second. But let's say it's a text message, and I can have templates, any template I want. Okay, that goes out with content as an email, as a text message versus an email. So what I do in my live system, this is my demo system, is I identify in my templates which ones I want to use for text messages, which ones I want to use for emails, etc. So let's just say this was a text message that I wanted to go out. Okay, that text message could have merged symbols in it. So it says just left you a voicemail. Okay, I'm not going to give it a description, but I've got the template picked out here. Just left you a voicemail. Let's go there. Select. Okay, that's in. And let's go look at that template real quick, and let's change it up just so you guys can see that the text message can be used very similar to the email and have personalized information to that contact in it when it goes out. Okay, so let's go back to our template manager here, and let's find that template. Hopefully I can find it quickly because I got a lot in here. Let's see. I think it's probably in here. No. Probably my quick emails. Yeah. All right, so there's my just left you a voicemail. Now, by the way, I can search for that. I don't have to scroll through all that. I can actually do a search in the system. So it says find template. I can click there, type it, and it'll find that for me as well. But see, I have these merge symbols in here. Okay. This could be a text message as well that goes out that's personalized, that has this information in it. So it has my name, my position. And again, if I wanted it to have specific information to that record, okay, I can go in here to my merge symbols and pull those merge symbols from the different areas, the different categories, or I can do a custom one from the extra fields like I showed you earlier. And let's try, let's just stick it in there. Okay, so this text message could be a quick short message that maybe says, hey Apple, this text is just notification that the program you signed up for is a silver plan. Your audit fee was $199 and was charged today, 11/6. The ongoing monthly fee is, or the terms are $199 audit fee and $99 a month for 6 months or until canceled. Right? If I wanted to put those terms in, that could be an email, it could be a text, it could even be a document that is attached and sent out. Because unlike other software systems that have autoresponders and email and text message templates, our system, you can actually attach documents to those emails. Now, you can't send an attachment in a text message, obviously, so you want to be aware of that. But if this was an email, I can actually attach a document right here. One file or an entire folder. Okay, I'm not going to do it. If I want to identify this, by the way, just to give you guys a little hint, a little trick, what I do is anything that's in double brackets, that's in double brackets won't be listed in the subject of the email, won't be in the content, won't print out. What I do is do this to identify it's an SMS, okay? And I might even put the color of this so it really stands out in blue or something like that. And I can do that by right-clicking and going to text color. I can put it in red, blue, any color I want. So let's just go blue so it stands out. And so now when I'm looking at this template in my drop-down, it's got that, it stands out as a text message. Okay, so when I go into my workflow again, and I want to select a text message. In this menu, there's no color, but it does show up as SMS. The reason I do use the color is because when I'm in my template manager and I'm scrolling through those categories like you saw, and I'll just flip back and forth here. I'm kind of moving quick on you guys, but I can easily see in my category that this is a text message. It stands out to me. The other thing, obviously I wouldn't put it in my quick email category, but the other thing you can do is create a category specific for text messages. That's another option. This is an email that I use, so I'm going to delete this. But I will show you the preview and show you that it does pull that information in. There it is, just like that. In 10 seconds, I added that content to the bottom of an email. Without having to type it or go look it up or anything, I can just put that symbol in. Okay, and I'll delete that so that I don't have, I don't forget to do that later. An example of what I was talking about, where you would maybe store all your text messages in a different category, you know, would just be add category, name it, you know, quick texts or quick SMS. Okay, there's my category. Just there. So now I've named that template. I identified it as a text message. Again, you don't have to do this. I just prefer it. It just for some reason stands out, looks nice to me. I like the way it looks. So that's what I do to identify the difference between an email and a text message and so on. So just a little quick tip while we're in here. So that's it. I mean, as far as the merge symbols go, as far as the extra fields go, you can see how powerful this is, how useful this is, and how nice it is to have that information right there at your fingertips on that contact record. So I've got Apple. You know, I notate my conversations with her as I call her or I try to call her. My people document every conversation, every action they take with her. But there's also specifics that when we do enroll her as a client that I want to store here, that I want to have available that are additional details or additional content. I've got it. Okay. And again, I can pull it right into any of the templates I want by using the UDF dash and then naming it and putting that in my template. So very cool, very useful. All right. Spent 20 minutes on that. I'll take questions on it later. The next thing I want to do is I want to show you guys the kind of new exciting feature that we've added. Like I said, I'm still adding to it, or Lorenzo, our programmer, is still adding to it, but it works phenomenally right now. And I'm going to show you an example of it. So there's two ways you can use not only the text message, the SMS, but the voice SMS. One is manually. So if I'm on Apple's record and I go, you know what, I've been trying to email her, and we'll put a fake email on here. Okay. And she's not responding. I've been calling her, she's not responding. Maybe she'll respond to a text message or a voice SMS where I don't care. I didn't have to spend the time to pick up the phone and leave a message and all that. So the manual way, the one-off way to send Apple a message is go to my Task Manager plus user-defined fields. And down at the bottom where I have my SMS, I just click on the blue little SMS icon. And I can personalize it with merge symbol, like you see here. Just first name, though, in this area. I can choose my language. I can even choose, you know, different dialects of English, different, you know, if I want to sound Canadian, I can do that. Okay, pick my language. And I can type my message. So maybe this is a text, and I say, you know, I'm trying to reach you. Please call. Okay. And I just simply, as long as there's a mobile phone, which there isn't in this case, but as long as there's a mobile phone, I can send a text message. Okay, and here we'll put one in. We'll put a fake text mobile in here. So I'm going to use, yeah, we'll do that. My message is in there. I hit send to current client or selected, which means, just to give you guys an example, if you guys have watched any of my other trainings or if you're proficient with the system and you know how to search the system and have 10 clients, 10 records selected, 50 records selected, I could literally send this message out right here, this text message, to a selected group of people. 20 people all at once. Bam. Send this text. Pretty cool. I'm going to send it to just this current. Okay. Text message sent. Okay. And it's instant. I mean, that thing goes right away. Okay. Now, the new feature is voice message. Send voice message. Okay. This is where I can choose a man or a woman's voice. This is going to be a computerized voice, but it does sound pretty good. I've tested it. It's pretty good. And I can do all these different languages. And then I can tell the system how many times do I want the message repeated when the person answers the phone or when the system leaves a voicemail. Because what this is going to do, some of you guys are used to a voicemail drop where it doesn't ring their phone, it just drops a voicemail in their voicemail box. This is going to take it a step further. This is going to ring their phone, which is why you want to personalize it. Hey, Chad, you know, this is, maybe you want to make sure they know who you are. This is Chad at Expert Credit Systems. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to have this message written up, and I can tell the software when they answer the phone or when you leave the voicemail, repeat this message right here. How many times? Okay. Once, twice, 3 times, up to 10 times. If you want to annoy somebody because you don't like them and you want to be, you know, you want to play a joke on somebody, here you go. But maybe you do it this, 1 or 2 is probably fine, especially if it's short and sweet. Again, choose man or woman's voice, and then hit send. Okay. When I hit send, look what happens. It's going to ask me, do you want to use phone number 1? So it doesn't have to go to a cell phone. It can go to an office phone. So do I want it to go to the main phone or the mobile phone? In this case, I'm going to say mobile. And again, do I want to send this message, this phone call? This is going to be a phone call. It's going to ring their phone. If they answer, the voice is going to say your message, and it's going to be personalized to that person. If they don't answer, it's going to leave them a voicemail with this message. Okay, and I can go to one person, which is the current record, Apple sample, or if I had multiple records selected, I could send this right now to all of those people, to all of their cell phones. Okay, I'm going to say current. Okay, voice SMS sent. If you guys can hear in the background, my phone is ringing right now. There it is. Okay. I answer the phone, I get my message. It's instant. I mean, you guys saw how quick my phone rang. You could hear it in the background. And the message is a man's voice in English with the standard US dialect, I guess would be the verbiage. And basically said, hello, Chad. This is Chad at Expert Credit Systems. I'm trying to reach you. Please call me at ASAP at 480-374-1266. Insanely powerful. This can be used for lead follow-up. This can be used for reminders for clients or affiliates that you have meetings with. This can be used to blast an announcement to people that are doing business with you. Lots and lots of different uses. Really, really cool and really powerful. And this is brand new. We just added it, and like I said, you guys can see it. It works flawlessly. It just called my phone. It was instant. The minute I hit OK, boom, my phone rang. Okay. Let's get out of here. So that's one way to use it manually, like I just did. Okay. Or I can create a template. And let's go create one. Let's call this. Let's make this one a voice SMS. So we'll say test. And I'll put my little brackets in anyways, and we'll say we'll go like that for now. And we'll put this one in red just for my visual enjoyment, I guess. Okay. And we'll create the template that can literally be read and spoken to the person that answers the phone, or it can be left in their voicemail. So I'm gonna really put one together here and say, and we'll go merge symbols here. We'll put their first name in there, so it's personalized because I want them to answer. I might even put "Don't hang up." Right? This is a message from right? Now, here's the cool part. I've only got one personalization piece in here, but the power of these merge symbols is that I could include whatever I want in this thing. I could say, your affiliate's first name, your mortgage guy's first name is Johnny, or his full name is Johnny Bravo. I could say your salesperson is April, and she's going to be calling you later today. I can include all of this personalization into the system. I can even put different phone numbers, different content, different information, their pricing, their due date. Hey, you've got stuff coming up. Because if you guys notice in the merge symbols, if you guys have really looked at this, this thing can not only put personalized information in, but it can put dates in based on today minus a certain amount of days or today plus a bunch of days. So if you wanted to send out a 30-day notification saying, hey, it's been 30 days since you started, and you wanted to put today minus 30 days since you started on 10/7 or 10/6/2015, the message could actually interpret that and say that to the person on the phone verbally, or again in a text, non-verbally. So you've got all these cool merge symbols with today minus dates and today plus dates. You could add that stuff. Anyways, I've got my little voice message here. It's a template. Okay. And I can use this now in my workflow. So as I'm building out my workflows and I'm automating my business, I can tell my system, let's change this one here. Let's go, let's just add a step instead. Add new step to this workflow. It's going to be a voice SMS. Okay, I'm going to go in. I'm going to identify my voice SMS template. Oh, I didn't make it available. Hold on. It's another nice part about this is you can have 100 templates in here, but you don't have to make them all viewable. Okay, I have to check this box so it's in my dropdown, because I can have it. Maybe I'm working on it. I don't want it to be in my dropdown. I don't want it to be an option. All right, made it available. Let's go back and take a look. Okay, I go here. So I added my step right here, as you guys saw. I identified. I'll cancel this. I identified the type of step I'm adding. So SMS voice. Okay. What do I want it to do? Do I want it to do the main phone or their mobile? I can choose that. Same options, man, woman, language. Times that I want the message repeated when they answer the phone, or if they don't answer the phone and it goes to their voicemail. How many times do I want this message that I'm going to add repeated? And then I go find my template. And there it is. See that? I select it. And then I tell it, when do I want this thing to go out? How many days, see that says days to trigger. How many days after I've assigned this workflow to this contact record do I want this message to go out? 1 day, 0 days. So 0 days would be the same day. But I'm going to say I want it to go out on day 7. 7 days after they've enrolled, I want them to get this message, this voice call. And maybe it's, hey, this is Chad at Expert Credit Systems. Don't hang up. This is just a quick little reminder to call me, your credit coach, to go over your results, or to go over your budget that we've completed for you. Whatever you want it to be. Communication aspect of your business. This is meant to continue to allow you guys to standardize your processes and kind of take some of the human factor, the human element out of your business from a standpoint of them not following up when they should. Not taking the personalization out. That's the beauty of it. This can be personalized with their name, with your name, with their program that they're in, whatever you want, using the merge symbols. But it also makes sure that it happens. You know, you may be understaffed. You may have somebody out sick. You may have somebody that's just, you know, forgetful or not detail orientated, is not following your process consistently. And you've got people that you've promised, hey, you're going to get a call within 7 days. When you get that call within 7 days, it's going to be a reminder. It's going to be a reminder that you, you know, we've done your budget, or we've done this, or it's going to be a check-in. We make sure we contact you once a week during the process, either verbally or via email or text, letting you know that we care about you, that we're working on your file, whatever it is you guys want to do. That's the point of this, is to actually add extra level of service without adding more burden to your staff, without adding more burden to you financially. Because as we all know, as business owners, the #1 cost for most businesses is labor cost. It's payroll, you know? So keep that in mind, that this can be used in a lot of ways. This is a new feature. It does require, just like the text message, that you have a Twilio account. Okay, so you need to sign up with Twilio, and you need to set up the credentials in your setup area in the system, which I can show you how to do if you don't have it set up already. But this is probably the most powerful tool in the credit repair industry, in my opinion. Nobody has this type of power. In fact, every system I know of personally, again, I'm just speaking from my experience, and I've used just about all of them. Most of those systems, and this isn't beating them up, it's just a comparison, they require you to have other softwares, other systems to plug in and run your company. Most of those companies that I'm talking about don't use their own software to run their business. This business, because of all these tools, because of the power, because of the flexibility and the unlimited information and contacts and types of contacts that I can put in the system, we use this system to run our business. We operate in this system 100% of the time. We don't use other softwares. We don't need them. And I actually run multiple businesses. I run Expert Credit Systems out of here, Lucent Consulting, my consulting business, as well as my girls' fast pitch softball team. all in one software. So sorry to get off on a tangent, but I get real excited about these types of features because, you know, Lorenzo just continues to add, you know, to this system, making it better, faster, and really helping people streamline their business. So, all right, that's kind of the intro. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on the SMS. I mean, it's super easy to use, right? I mean, you guys saw what I did. I did it manually here. So user-defined, so task manager, let's just slow down here. Task manager plus user-defined fields. And then I go down and my SMS, the blue SMS button on a contact record, any contact record, allows me to send a manually typed message, whether it's a text message or a voice message, okay, to that contact. Okay. Now, just in case there's any confusion, it is not going to translate the text message into a different language. The different language stuff is only for the voice message. Okay? The text message is going to be whatever you type. So that's the manual way to send it. The voice message or the text message. The other way, so that it can be scheduled, is through the workflow manager, like you see here. 7 days from this workflow being started. And I can view this thing too. I can look at it. There's what it looks like. Okay. So let's see, questions. That's all I've got for you guys, unless I've got some questions from the audience here. If you're in the Google Hangout, you should go to hit the Q&A button on your left. It's a little menu that pops up, and you can type questions. I think I've got the chat turned off just because I'd rather you guys go through the Q&A area. So let me know if you got questions. I'll kind of hang out for a minute here. If you don't have questions, we'll end the session. And by the way, these videos get posted to YouTube. I do look at them, make sure that they don't need any type of editing or anything. But I post them to YouTube, and there's also a replay link that you should receive. Oh, I've got a task that's popping up here that's high priority, which is what, and it was for Apple Sample. So I was already on the record. Here it is. Call to enroll tomorrow when she gets paid. There we go. Quick reminder, we'll complete that real quick. Okay. Questions, any questions? I don't see any questions, guys. So either the Q&A isn't working or you guys don't have any questions. Either way, you guys have my phone number. This is my direct office line right here, 480-374-1266. In fact, I should have my record in here for you guys. There you go. Okay. Don't call my mobile. I won't answer it. There's my email. Give me a call if you got questions. If you guys want kind of more detail on those features or on how to perform some of those tasks, shoot me an email, give me a call. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Thanks a lot.